Hey guys, FLHDCUI 2000. Hey, I had my Glock 19. I bought, I think 8th of August. I bought it and had it for a while. I've been carrying it constantly. Happens to be on right now, right here. And you notice fingers not on the trigger. Uh, I carry this gun always, and I made my video about bad habits. Well, it's broke me. My finger doesn't go toward the trigger anymore. I constantly consider this gun and the fact that there's no manual safety on it, and that whatever you do, even when I'm reholstering it, if your shirt tail were to get in this area here and cause it to go off, it makes you think. It really does. So, if anything, it's the first gun I've ever owned without a safety, a manual safety. They claim the triggers a safety, but hey, your brain's your safety. This right here is your safety. Don't put it down on that trigger until you're ready to use it. So anytime I reholster, anytime I pull the gun out, anytime I use the gun, I'm constantly aware that I don't have to flip a safety off, and there is no safety on the gun. When I reholster it, I have to watch for shirt tail if it happens to be carrying concealed, and I usually carry it that way. And I haven't had a holster other than my inside the waistband holster to really carry it in. So when I go out to sister-in-law's farm, brother-in-law's farm, and we shoot, I do that, and my shirt tail is usually covering it. So I got to be careful when I put it back in. Usually when I put it back in, it's empty, so there's not really a problem. I've shot everything at the targets and so on and so forth. But anyway, broke that habit. Bad habit to have gotten into. So see my bad habit video on the touching the trigger. Definitely an awful habit to get into. Uh, I don't recommend anybody touching the trigger ever. And I got into it, and it's just uh, laziness, I guess, that wasn't practicing good gun safety, gun habits, and we can all have a little setbacks like that. Luckily, I've never shot anything. I mean, I'm like most people. Anybody that has a gun, that carries a gun, that hunts, been doing it for a few days, the gun's going to go off unexpectedly, usually because you're doing something stupid. Almost in every occasion, it's doing something stupid and it goes off. That's why you always want to keep it pointed in a safe direction. Uh, I've had that happen a few times. Luckily, it was always in a safe direction and things like that. Uh, I was told a story by my son the other day. I have a little Ruger Bearcat, and it's the early version, 1970, I think, 69 or 70 version, uh, 13,000 serial number, 9 dash or 90 dash something. And my son and I were out shooting the other day, and we were discussing this fact that how that little pistol, you can just hold that pistol up and bump the hammer, and if it's on a live round, it's going off. I mean, it takes hardly anything. You quarter cock it back, just that little quarter cock on it, the trigger will still pull it. It's going to set that round off that's in front of it, every time. And my son and I were talking about that, and he was explaining to me once we were wife and I were gone, and I kept that gun in my bedroom up in a big armoire, or whatever. I can't pronounce that word. It's French, and even though French is my background generations ago, I don't speak it. I don't want to speak it. But anyway, he was talking about it, and he said I was in there playing with it while you were gone one time. Now he was a teenager, and he knew a little bit about guns, and I don't know what he was doing in my bedroom, snooping around, kids. And he said I shot a hole through you guys' bed, and he said I don't think I ever told you about it. And we probably never noticed it. We just probably thought the bed was worn or the sheets were worn, but we had a slab floor in that house, and I still own that house. My daughter lives there now, And so he never did tell me about it. And he said, I don't think I ever told you about that. And I'm like, I guarantee you didn't, because I think I would have remembered that, and you'd probably reap some wrath from that, back in the day if you would have. So he's 41 years old now, so telling me, and he's much bigger than I am, so I can't reap any wrath. And plus, we have a great relationship. He's a good kid. But all kids have done that. We did stupid things when we were kids, my brother and I, and we shot guns at things and targets that we shouldn't have shot at, and all that stuff like that, like most kids. But growing up in Texas on a ranch, I had hundreds of acres just to mess around on. But anyway, the Glock is a good gun. It shoots great. I've never had a malfunction. Well, I did. I tried to bump stock the gun, and it jammed while I was doing that. That's the only malfunction it's ever had. I can't blame the gun on that, because I didn't have a bump board. I just trying to do it on a piece of metal I was holding in this hand and trying to get it to bump stock, and it worked. It got 4 or 5 rounds off 4 jam, and interesting, but stupid probably. Anyway, it was pointed safe down the hill and stuff like that. But yeah, I wanted to see if it'd do the whole clip, 15 rounds. So I'm sorry, magazine. It's hard to have it to break. We always call them clip. Everybody calls them clips. They call them magazine. I know the clip's a stripper clip. Magazine's a magazine. But hey, we make mistakes. All of us do. All these guys that go ballistic over it's not a clip. It's a magazine. And, hey, I'm sorry. You're perfect. I'm not. Peace. God is good to me and mine.